Hey you, how are you, fourth grade? Okay, let's get started. So let's add decimals in the hundredths with regrouping. Let's look at this example, and let me just increase my video screen a tad. Okay, so we're going to add 800ths and 2600ths. And to do that, well, first I'm going to see how to stack them up. So just to help me out, I'm going to write it in my place value chart here. I have 800ths and 2600ths, right? Sweet, so this is how I would write it. And you can also remember, you just stack them up, making sure when you add or subtract, um, you're going to line up the decimal points, and then that'll be easy to see where you can line up the numbers. Notice the hundredths are in one column, the tenths are in one column, the decimal places are on top of one another, and then the ones are in one column. Okay, so let's add. We always add with the lowest place value, which is the tenths. 8 and 6 make 14. 1 and 2, 1 and 0 and 2 make 3. Don't forget your decimal point. Okay? And then 0 and 0 make 0. So this is your answer, 0.34. All right. So let's practice adding decimals with regrouping in the tenths and hundredths. Okay, so let's see what we're talking about over here. So let's look at this example here. We have 1 and 47 hundredths plus 3 and 97 hundredths. So I'm going to write it in here. 1 and 47 hundredths and 3 and 95 hundredths. So I see this is the hundredths, tenths, and ones, and then the decimal point goes down here. Okay, so I'm going to stack them up accordingly like so, where my hundredths are lined up, tenths are lined up, my decimal points are lined up, and my ones are lined up. Okay, so let's take a look when we add. So 7 and 5 make 12. Okay, so I regroup there, right? And 1 and 4 is 5, plus 9 is 14. Okay, so then I have to regroup again. Here's my 14. Okay, and I'm gonna put my decimal point. I can't forget my decimal point. Okay, and then 1 and 3 make 5. So 5.42 is your answer. Okay, now it's your turn. Let me just minimize or decrease my video screen because it's covering up one of the problems. Oh dear. Here it is. So pause the video and try this on your own, and let's get together and check our answers, okay? Whenever you're ready. See you soon. Hi, you must be ready. All right, so number 9, 1300ths. Okay, 1300ths. I'm going to write it in my place value chart to figure out how many tenths it is. Can I write 1300ths in that one place value column? No, because I could only write one number in there. So I'm going to keep the last digit of 3 and transfer my 1 here. So now this is 1300ths. Okay? And so, can you guys see this number is kind of light? It's 1300ths. Okay? And so how many tenths are there? 1. And how many hundredths are there? 3. Like so. All right? I'm going to use another color because I'm not sure if you can see that green very well. So 7 hundredths and 4 hundredths, when you add them together, make how many total hundredths? 11 hundredths. Okay, now we have to regroup the 11 hundredths to change them into tenths and hundredths. So can I write 11 in this column for the hundredths? No, because I could only write one digit in there. So I'm going to keep the last digit and transfer the 1 here, and then that would be a 0. So now I have 11 hundredths. Okay, and how many tenths are there? There's 1 tenth. And how many hundredths are there? There's 1 hundredth. Ta-da! Like so. Okay. Now, let's take a look here. Okay, number 11. Okay, it's all stacked up for you perfectly. Okay, and so we're gonna add the lowest digit here, or the lowest place value. So it's the hundred. So 8 and 4 hundredths make 12 hundredths. Okay, so we have to regroup it, and then we put the 1 over here, and then now we have to do 1 plus 0 is 1. Don't forget the decimal point, and then 0 and 0 make 0. So your answer is 12 hundredths. Okay, let's take a look here. We have to start from the lowest place value, which is the hundredths. So 8 and 9 hundredths make 17 hundredths. Okay, I'm going to carry the 1, or regroup the hundredths into 1/10 and 7 hundredths, right? And that'll become 1 and 1 and 3/10 make 5/10. Don't forget the decimal point, and then you add the zeros, and that's a 0. So your answer is 57 hundredths. All right, what about here? So start from the lowest place value column, which is the hundredths over here. So 6 hundredths and 6 hundredths make 12 hundredths, so we have to regroup it into 1/10 and 2 hundredths. Okay, and then 1/10 plus 4/10 plus 7/10 makes 12/10. So then I have to regroup that again into 2/10 and 1/1. Okay, 1/1 plus 3 ones plus 0 ones is 4 ones. So your answer is 4.22, or 4 and 22 hundredths is another way to say that. All right, how'd you do? Give yourselves a high five for trying your best. Okay, pause the video and you try these on your own, okay? All right, see you soon. Hi, welcome back. All right, so they wrote this horizontally, but we're going to write it vertically in vertical form because that's what it asked us to do. They just want to test to see, does the student understand how to add them vertically? And I think you do. So 14, when it's stacked vertically, looks like this. Remember, the decimal places are on top of one another, which once we have that sorted, it should be easy to stack the other numbers, okay? So we have 0 hundredths plus 8 hundredths is just 8 hundredths. 5 hundredths plus, 5 tenths plus 4 tenths is 9 tenths. Don't forget the decimal point. 4 and 6 ones makes 10 ones, like so. Okay, so the answer is 10.98. All right, I'm going to do another color because that color looks a bit light. Okay, let me try this brown. All right, so number 15 should be stacked up like this. Again, we want to stack up first, make sure the decimal points are on top of one another and everything else should fall into place. So let's start with the lowest place value column, which is the hundredths. 5 hundredths plus 5 hundredths is 10 hundredths. So that looks like this. Okay, so I'm going to regroup the 10 hundredths. So that's 0 hundredths and 1/10. 1/10 plus 2/10 plus 3/10 makes 6/10. Put down the decimal point. 10 ones plus 6 one is 16. So your answer is 16 and 60 hundredths. Okay? All right. Let's look at number 17. And I guess because there's a dollar sign, it would be $16.60. All right, let's look at 17. So we have it's stacked up like this because the decimal places are on top of one another, okay? So let's start with the lowest place value column, which is the hundredths. 9 hundredths plus 5 hundredths makes 14 hundredths, okay? And I regrouped it right away, okay? Because I know it's greater than 9, so I have to regroup it. So then 1/10 plus 9/10 plus 0/10 is 10/10. So I have to regroup that, okay? So 1/1 plus 1/1 plus 1/1 is 3 ones. Oh, and I forgot my decimal point, so here it is. And again, it's in dollars, so we would just say this as $3.04. Did you rock it? I bet you did. I'm proud of you guys. Okay, well, that's all for today. I will see you live on Thursday. Bye.